Hey everybody, we are back here. It's me, Kevin the Ninja, at the Moto Dojo. It's Monday, beginning of the week for our grind. We had a really peaceful, relaxing weekend. Unfortunately, it was a hard weekend to endure. We had said goodbye to my dog that had been with us for 14 years on Friday. It was the hardest thing, one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life. So I like to remember my dog for being a very active and loving guy, and I think he has kind of definitely has made an impression on me, and just that short time that he was with me, I feel like he's given me so much. So it's me here to share that love and energy with everybody in this community to make this community a stronger and more loving community overall. That's the message I get from him. He was the best dog ever, and I feel like I'm going to give him the best tribute marathon, hopefully happening here in a couple of weeks. We need to build back up our momentum and our endurance because we've been off for a little while. It felt a little bit good to take a break, but it was hard taking a break at the same time. But hey, check this out. We're working out today, regardless of how we're feeling. We got to work out some emotions. We're getting a 5K today, not the 8 miles that it says it's going to give us, which is, really, really tricky. Let me see if I can switch this up. Oh, it wants... Okay, I see what's going on here. Just a moment. Stop the server. Start it up again. Let's see if that did the trick. I think so. Cool. Okay, we should only have one server going on here. One IP config. Cool. Alright, so we're going to jump back in. We are halfway through our grind. And we are finishing up the Sniper's class strong with the Hawker. One of the best Hawkers, or best sniper rifles, I would say, we've seen in a long time. And guess what? They are blessing us with snipers only. This has just been, wow, a hard grind with snipers outside of snipers only, and I was saying they need to bring back snipers only, and here it is. So this one is for you, Rocky. We're going in hard today. We're gonna get a good workout. It's been a while. So if you're working out with me, I hope you are. Jump in, let's get this. It's gonna be a good run. I can already tell, with snipers only, wow, this is great. So we'll start off with just a light jog here, get back in the swing of things here. We'll start our workout, see if it turns green or it turns red for us. Maybe, not really. Let's see if the server's available. Ah, that's right, it's not. Okay, let me switch it up here, let me get the server here. There it goes. Okay, cool. We are connected. Awesome. Alright. Retrieval. Cool. Snipers only. It's gonna be pipey. I can already tell. I got my nose itching here. Boy, yeah. I have to say, my dog, Rocky, has been probably the biggest reason why I'm here in front of you all today. If I didn't buy that dog, if we didn't get that dog, we rescued him 14 years ago. I don't think I would have been a runner. He was a very high-energy dog. He was a 2-year-old pit bull when we first got him. We rescued him. He was living with a foster parent at the time, which was great because he couldn't be in a cage. He was not a caged dog. He definitely had the worst experience. I mean, most dogs don't like being in cages, right? But this dog's first 2 years of his life was spent in a backyard with a rope around his neck being tied to a tree. So can you imagine the life that you are getting, the life quality of living your whole existence tied to a tree in a backyard? That's not a good quality of life. So he was taken to a shelter where he was a high kill risk dog. Pit bulls in general are high kill risk dogs at a shelter because, you know, not a lot of people were wanting pit bulls back in 2012, and yeah, it was very hard to find people that could adopt pit bulls in general. And so he was lucky enough and fortunate to have a foster parent at the time. But she herself already had 5-6 dogs, and it was just another addition, which is hard. I can only imagine it's very hard for a parent, foster parent, to take care of that many dogs. And so my wife found him, and I remember the first time I saw the picture of him, I said, "This is the most beautiful looking dog, you could ever see. Just beautiful, beautiful." And so we went and this is right around the time where we were buying our first house, and we knew we wanted a dog. We were like, we have a backyard, we want a dog. Like, there's no reason why not to have a dog. And so she said, let's go and visit with him and see if he's the one for sure. And so we went for sure. We went and checked him out at his foster parents' house, and oh my goodness, I fell in love with him. The second I saw him and saw him running and laughing and playing with his fur sister and fur baby brothers, I just kept thinking, this dog is the best. And I attached to that dog so well. He was basically my wife's dog because she found him, she adopted him, but I was his favorite. I mean, I attached to that dog so quickly because I knew in our house we had the room for him, but also we had parks near our home, like plenty of parks. And so I kept thinking, this dog really needs to be out. He's a really active dog, and I need to get him out. There's our bloodthirsty. There it is. Wow, that was quick. Cool. I'm kind of taking my time, of course. It's easier to snipe when you're walking. So 2 more bloodthirsties with the hawker is all we need. Let's pick up the pace, and let's see if we can get this going. Oh, my HUD is still doing that weird back and forth thing. Let's fix that real quick here. Awesome. Hey, thanks for the comment. Can't see your name. PWER. Perf guy 23. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'll check out you on Discord, and yeah, that'd be nice to pull in followers if you're not a bot. It's a very bot-like message, but I appreciate it anyway. Yeah, we our fitness gaming channel, and really we're just here to spread the love of gaming and running if we can. Yeah, this HUD is not working for me today. I'm dead last. Man, Snipers Only is the best mode. Am I right or am I right? I am right. I'm just loving Snipers Only. And if we could get this hawker done, I don't know if we'll do it today, but if we can get it done sometime soon with Snipers Only going, that would be the best, because this is our last sniper to do, and it would just be the coolest thing to get it done early with Snipers Only. What a benefit for all people working on snipers right now. This is the mode to get into. Jump in on Snipers Only right here, because this is what it's all about. Oh my god, you jump. Woo! Woo! Getting pipey up there. Oh my gosh, these guys are good. These guys are tasty. Woo! Nice shot, bro. Oh my word. Nice shot. Yeah, man, the Snipers Only is how you get guns, how you get Snipers Class Gold, Arclight, Tempest. We are gonna get it. Oh, snap! Fantastic. Oh, yeah. But yeah, so my dog was definitely one of those dogs that you don't walk. 2 years being tied to a tree, he had the strongest neck. Pit bulls are very strong around their neck and chest area, but this dog, I felt bad. We first had a chain on him, and I'm like, he's choking himself as we're walking, and I'm trying to teach him how to walk. And I'm like, this is not how I'm training this dog. So we said, okay, we're not doing the chain. Let's switch it up, and instead, let's do one of those halties, which is it's a kind of a cord-based half muzzle, I call it, because it basically holds their nose, and you're pulling on a little chain that will tighten that and kind of, lead them. I guess you call it a lead. And yeah, that wasn't working for him. He would scratch his nose on the pavement as we were walking, trying to get that thing off. And I'm like, puppy, you are hurting yourself. So that one was short-lived. And I realized, it was like 3 or 4 months of trying these different things, trying to get him to walk. I'm like, this dog is really, really stubborn. And instead of really like beating him down, we could have taken him to a trainer, but he was already 2 years old. It's kind of hard after that point. Some people say hard to teach an old dog new tricks. He wasn't an old dog, but he really wasn't having it on how we were training him how to walk. And so I felt for a second, I've been inactive. At that point, I had been out of martial arts for at least 7 months. And so I was kind of, gaining some weight, being really lazy. And I realized, Kevin, I could do something. I can maybe run with this dog, and try it out. So I said, okay, we're going to put a harness on him that goes around his waist and his chest, and I'm going to see how this dog can run. Boy, oh boy. So we go out one night, and I said, let's just run down the street. And we only ran like 5 blocks, and my heart was gonna beat out of my chest. This dog was the runner. He was the fastest dog you could ever meet. Run, 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 full of energy. So this dog was only 2 years old, and this guy was the runner. And so I realized at that point, I was kind of scared. I'm like, my gosh. He loved it. He was able to follow me and, stop when I told him to stop. But we ran so fast, so far, it was kind of scary to me because I'm like, I don't know if I can keep up with this dog, Oh, come on. He got me. I just didn't know. I was like, how am I going to keep up with this dog? It scared me enough to change. And sometimes I guess that's what it takes. Sometimes you have to face whatever you're afraid of in order to really change and evolve. And that's exactly what he did. This dog, Rocky, had for sure made me evolve. Because after that one day, I said, okay, he's a runner. He's going to get me into running. I'm going to run with him. And so we did it. We said, okay, every day we're going to practice running. And we're going to slowly, quickly it seemed, increase our distance and work it in. Every day, no matter the weather. And this dog would always wake me up in the summer. Because, in the summer, it's so hot in the day, you have to go in the morning. So it was 6 o'clock every day. This dog would get me up and say, let's go. And I said, okay, yeah. He's whining, he's whimpering, okay. So I get him out, and we go half an hour. And then, boom, I'd go to work. And we did that for years until he started getting up momentum, building up his endurance, him running every day. You're naturally going to build up endurance. So we started running 3-4 miles a day, not just for 30 minutes, but we ran for like 45 minutes to really get in that 5K. Holy cow. He was so happy. We took him to this park that we lived next to our house. It was only about a mile from our house, and the park had this nice wooden chip trail. Oh my goodness, the best thing for running. If you've ever run, if you're a runner, or if you're looking to run, start somewhere where they have a wood chip trail, if you can. You will be spoiled with that, because that is the best way for your joints to have a low impact and still have some grip. Now, depends on the shoes you wear. I wear the 5 fingers, no impact, no drop, no heels, no spring shoes, really the raw ninja shoes. And I've been wearing these for 10 years. But on a wood chip trail, you really have to be careful, because on these shoes, your toes will only spread out so much that you will start collecting wood chips in your toes, but also you might lose footing because of the wood chip trail. And so you really have to be focused on your direction of approach, on your impact, on your step. And what I saw after time and time again is that my dog really loved the wood chips, even though I thought it would be really hard on his paws. I thought, man, if his paws are pretty much embedding or being embedded with all these wood chips, it might be very, very tough. And so I was like, am I gonna want to run him on these wood chips? Sure enough, oh, he got me. Sure enough, yeah, my dog loved running on the wood chip trail more than the grass. And so we would run on it for as long as we could. We would go to this park, a mile from our house. The wood chip trail was just under a mile per lap. And so yeah, we went, oh my gosh, 3 times around that lap and then come home. So we would do just about 5 miles every time we go to the park. And then Sundays, or Saturdays and Sundays, we would go for as long as we wanted, because there was water at that park, a dog bowl for the dog. And yeah, we would be there for over an hour, and we would do like 5-6 miles sometimes. Insane. This dog was insane runner, insane active, which in turn makes me active. I feel like dogs are as fit as their owners. And some people say that dogs look like their owners. I think they're absolutely right. Something happens when you get a dog. You basically are attuning to them, and as they are with you, there's this special bond that happens. And this is way different than a bond between, husband and wife. You form a bond between your significant other that way. But with a dog, it's different. It's way different. It's almost like animal. You connect at like an animal level. And we talked about how dogs can read your emotions because their heart vibrations, they can pick up on heart vibrations. They don't understand what's going on in the mind, but they know what's going on in the heart. And since our hearts give us or portray a bigger outburst of energy, the dogs are able to pick up on that because that's all they know. The dogs live in the heart, where the humans, we tend to live in the mind a little bit too much, right? Let's see if I can fix this HUD. Just gonna deal with that flashing here for a second. Alright, Torque's a really good Snipe City map. So I need to get some water. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the HUD. It's doing some wonky stuff. But we'll fix it. Sometimes happens because I haven't turned on my PlayStation or my Mac for 4 days. Sometimes that happens. But yeah, dogs are very, very emotionally intelligent. They can read our emotions. Sometimes even before we start to have them. But yeah, this dog and I seriously connected and bonded in so many ways. He knew exactly what I was going to do before I did it. Not just, hey, it's park time, because he knew when it was food time, he knew it was time to go to the park, he knew it was time for bed, time for all sorts of things. So he was very, very smart overall. But he definitely gave me a lot in life that I hope to have repaid him. I feel like I don't have any regrets with the dog because, yeah, for 14 years, I walked or ran him. I probably ran him for 10 years and walked him for 4 years. Yeah, seriously straight. Rain, snow, heat, any time of the day. He really loved hot, too. He would, when I'd let him out sometimes during the day just for a little bit, I'd find him sleeping in the sun on the hot concrete, and he loved it. He'd look at me saying, yeah, I'm okay, but I only left him out there for like 5-7 minutes. I'm like, okay, you're coming back in, buddy. It's way too hot to be out here. But that's where I would find him, right in the sun. And dogs follow the sun. I think it's because they just know what pure love, light, energy is. And the sun is everything like that. The sun is not just how we, and our mental clocks are set, but it's also how, it's definitely how our hearts connect and recharge. I seriously think that the sun and our, there we go, the sun and our hearts are very much connected, just like the earth and our hearts are connected. And since dogs live in the heart, they are filled with that energy, that life force energy. Hey, it's Leo season next tomorrow, so we could talk a little bit about the sun and the heart. And so dogs follow the sun. If you ever have dogs and you see them in your house, you can see them follow the sun sleeping, and that's just because they know that energy. They know that it's so good for them. It's pure light, pure healing light, and yeah, it warms the soul. It doesn't just warm the earth, it doesn't just warm the body, it doesn't just wake up the mind, it definitely warms the soul. You can feel it. And so dogs are pure love. You can live your whole life with a dog or without a dog, and I wouldn't know what life would be like without a dog. We still have one dog, 6-year-old Jasper, 5-year-old Jasper, and he is just the silliest little boy. He is so good. He's definitely not like Rocky. It's weird. Every dogs have their personalities. This dog is definitely not a running dog, unfortunately, but he's a ball dog. Rocky wasn't a ball dog, he was a runner. So there's a big difference right there. And there's so many other personality traits that separate them. But they both have an innate, natural ability to love and to just spread the love. And so dogs for us are a way that we can connect and begin to know God. I get it that there's a lot of theories out saying that, dogs don't have souls, or a God does not live in a dog. Here's where I'm going to stop the show on that noise. It's through a dog, through an animal's unconditional love, that we can begin to understand what God is. I know people saying that they don't like animals. I don't connect with those people. If you don't like animals, yeah, you're not a friend of mine. Cats or dogs or anything, any animal has that ability to love. Some people say, like, having a dog is too much responsibility, or you don't like that they make waste. Oh, there I go. Yeah, then you're probably really lazy, and you probably live in a dirty house anyway, and you don't like to clean. There's me kind of being a little negative just for a little bit there. But honestly, dogs show us what unconditional love is, because we're wrought in conditions. Humans are, unfortunately, very biased, very negative, very pessimistic, and selfish with our love. We hold on to our love so much that it actually starts to feel like we don't really love truly or deeply. We love how other people treat us, and that I can catch myself on so many parts of my life failing right there, of falling short on my love. When I feel like I am not loved, Usually it's because I'm being too selfish with my needs. So I readjust my needs. I say, well, am I really not being loved? Or am I selfish enough to think that somebody should love me more? Or whatever. That right there is a common human trait. Dogs don't love like that. Dogs will love you if you forget to feed them. Dogs will love you if you come home late. Dogs will love you if you get mad and you hit them. You know? Or discipline them. They'll still love you. Yeah, it might be harmful for them for that moment, but then after a while they'll shake it off and say, you know what? I'm not worried about that, because they can see right through us. They can see our hearts, and they show to us that it's really easy for them to see. They can see, yeah, you are still my loving master, and you know, you may have said some mean things, you may have hit me, you may have disciplined me, but I forgive you. And that, think about that with humans. Like, if you ever hit your spouse or hit your partner, or if they ever hit you, like, how easy is it for you to forgive them? Not very easy, right? Like, really, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy at all. In fact, sometimes that breaks a relationship forever. You strike your spouse or significant other, that's like usually, that's like game over. But dogs don't live like that. They don't love like that either. Instead, they say, you know what? You're only human. Oh, man. Dogs are everything. They show us everything in love. Oh, there's another bloodthirsty. Done. Wow, I told you. Snipers only is how we're gonna get. Unfortunately, this last one we've gotten all other snipers Tempest. And yeah, so I wish they brought this out a month ago. But it's okay. Sniper City is back. Snipe City is back. I think we're definitely gonna get snipers only done. This will be our last snipers done for Tempest. On our way to Singularity. This is awesome. Kind of sad too, because the Hawker is so good. I could really run with this. And yeah, I wish I had more snipers to get Tempest, because then I would just keep playing this throughout the week. Yeah, dogs are everything, and we do deserve dogs. We need dogs. I hear this all the time. You know, we don't deserve dogs. It's like, we need dogs. We do deserve them because we're so human, and sometimes we're more animal than they are. They are more wise in love than we think we are smart and wise with knowledge. They know that the universe has a pulse, and they listen to that pulse. And that pulse is love. That pulse is really the driving force between every vibrating cell in our body. And they feel that. And it's just sad that we only get them for a fraction of time. You know, I've had this dog for 14 years. At 16 years old, 14 years, the last 14 years of his life were the best years of his life. And I know this because he was the happiest dog. Yeah, taking him on walks and runs every day, 365 days a year. Rain or shine, didn't matter. Some days I'd have hard ankles or knees from running, so we would take it a little easy. One day I was dumb enough to say, hey, let's do some rollerblading. I put on my rollerblades and I said, let's go. And I was dumb enough to do that because, yeah, he was a runner, and he ran off all of his paws on his feet because he was just running, and I wasn't having him pull me. It was just that I let him go. Like, I let him test how fast he could go, and we did the fastest 2 miles. We only did like 2.5, maybe 3 miles. Holy cow, we did that in like 15 minutes. It was insane how fast he would go. So yeah, that was a dumb thing on my part. So we had to take a break for at least 2 weeks when he had that happen. And I felt so bad. I said, okay, I'm not going to be dumb anymore, buddy. I'm not going to harm you like that and have you run off your paws, all the pads on your paws. So that was really hard, but yeah, we went every day, holidays, every day, didn't matter. And he made me, yeah, the runner that I am today. I've had other influencers that have tried to shape me into running, and they've only been able to get me so far. Because in the end, I always thought, oh man, well, I can never be a triathlete, or I can never be a marathon runner. I remember saying that. I'm like, well, you're a marathon runner. I'm not like that. And that was before I even touched half marathons. Yeah, when I finally got into running with my dog, he unlocked that potential for me. He said, you know, you can run. All you have to do is breathe. All you have to do is breathe and keep your body posture. That's it. And yeah, slowly but surely, he built me up. So it's just unfortunate that the last 2 years, he hasn't been able to run. Like, I was going through my phone looking at all the videos of us, and it was 2 years ago last month that we kind of did our final run, went back to that trail with the wood chips. And yeah, he went pretty far, but not as far as we used to, and definitely not as fast. But he was running because he was so excited to be at that park. And I remember thinking, yeah, this is the last time I really want to run you, because I don't want to have him get injured, suffer a heart attack or anything like that. And I'm just so lucky. I'm so fortunate that I never got him in harm's way. I never, other than the rollerblading, that was just really dumb. And dogs' paws will heal on their own quite nicely. But yeah, I kept thinking, that's it. I'm gonna be really careful with you and be really calculated. But yeah, he never broke any bones. He never got really sick with anything, because I only fed him dog snacks. And the last 2 years, I've been buying him the best dog snacks and the best dog food. The fresh dog food, you know, the expensive one that everyone walks by, they're like, oh man, that's so expensive. Oh man, every dog deserves that. If you can buy it for them today, do it. You will instantly see an improvement in their health, because 2 years ago, plus, I noticed he really wasn't eating his kibble. And this is bad of me. I was putting a little bit of peanut butter in there to get him going on it, but he didn't like it. He's like, no, I don't want to eat it. And I felt really sad. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, he's not eating. And I was like, you know what? We got to change up his food. And so, yeah, sure enough, I went and I said, I'm going to buy him the fresh food. The second I brought that home for him, his first meal, he gobbled it right up. And I'm like, yep, he doesn't have a problem eating. He just is tired of that processed food. Kind of like humans, right? If we were eating processed junk, microwave dinners, fast food every day and night, you're gonna feel like garbage. And you're gonna be like, at one point, I hope you do, because I got to one point of saying, this is not healthy food. I don't feel good eating this junk. So, yeah, I can't say that it's not good to have your dog eating kibble, but just not all the time, and certainly not the last few years of their life. So if you've noticed your dog is not really, look at this map, come on map, render. I can see him, but oh my gosh. See if I can pipe these guys real quick so I can focus. All right, there we go. Yeah, I feel like if you can afford it, you can. Sacrifice something that you're buying, coffee, soda, junk food, whatever. Sacrifice some of that to buy your dog better food. I promise you, you'll see the difference in their mood and in their quality of life. And then we only bought him the fresh dog snacks, like the real beef and the real chicken. Yeah, I am so glad I did that. Been doing that for the last 2 years, and I can say that he loved it. He didn't like the fake bacon or the pepperonis. No, that's my other dog. He's still getting that stuff. And we put him away from the hard, like, biscuits. I don't like those either because they got grain in them. Dogs don't need grain. They're carnivores. And so, yeah, give your dog the good food, even though it's expensive. Just find it. Find the money. Make it happen. Sacrifice, some of your snacks. Stop eating so much potato chips or whatever. And start buying them high quality food. Ah, so sad, man. I love that dog so much. Yeah, I go through phases. It's only been 4 days, right? Friday was his last day with us. And I'm going through phases where I'm like, you know what? I feel good about letting him go. But then other times I'm like, oh man, if I could only hold on to him for, another couple of months, right? Another couple of months. So we can visit and have more time with my family. And so we could just go on a couple more car rides. But man, he's not thinking about that. Like, he was not thinking about
more life, because he lived every day like really like it was his last day. He lived it full days. One thing I got to get over my head is, because I always think of, I'm doing all this so I can live longer. I'm eating right, working out. It's not like that at all. What working out and eating right does to your brain should be the reason why you do it. And the reason why it changes your brain and body is so that you can have fuller days. So you don't have cloudy, brain fog days. So you don't spend all the day in the bathroom. Maybe you ate a lot of junk and I gotta spend all day in the bathroom. Who wants to do that? Right? So you eat healthier and you eat right. I can't say healthier, you eat right for your body. And you work out so that you can have fuller days. Days where you are awake consciously, and days that you are, active. I love being active, and so I know that getting a workout in is the best thing for my mind, but also my body. Because I want to continue going on hikes with my wife, and I don't want to just be at one point, I can't hike anymore because I've gained some weight and my joints hurt. I'm 41 years old. I feel like some days, not all, but some days I feel like I'm still in my prime and I still have all this untapped energy. And so I really think that it's gonna get there over time, but I'm not there yet. It's like, I'm not old yet, right? I'm not old yet. And so I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna waste these precious years of my life on sitting on the couch eating junk food instead of going on the hikes or instead of working out. I could leave that for when I'm, over 70, 80 years old and I can't hike up that mountain anymore or whatever. Let my golden years be the lazier years. What happens, unfortunately, is people realize that, I hear this from every person that retires. I kind of ask them, which is hard to ask them sometimes, what are your regrets? What do you regret most? And all of it is saying my health. Because you can always gain money, spend money, lose money, make money, whatever. Money comes and goes. Money comes and goes. But your health is the only constant that lives with you. Your lifestyle drives your health. If you have a lazy, lackadaisical, abusive lifestyle, abusive on your body, then it's going to show up in the later years. It's going to start showing up in your 40s, and it's going to start really impacting you in your 50s. And who wants to retire in their 60s, like really with a broken body, so to speak, or a body that can't keep up with your grandkids? No, man, I'm lucky enough to have a grandkid right now, but I think, 18 years in the future, 25 years in the future, 30 years in the future, okay, can I go with that baby to a hike? She's always going to be a grandbaby to me, right? A baby. But, can I keep up with her? Can I, I want to teach her martial arts. Can I still spar with her? Can I still, show her how to grapple and keep up with her? And I'm like, yeah. I was telling my wife the other day, I was like, you know what? I think the reason why I started martial arts was to teach this grandbaby martial arts. I've trained a lot of ninjas. I've trained a lot of black belts. But it's almost like they don't matter as much. Some of them do. Some of them really, really do. But in my mind, I feel like the only reason why I started martial arts was to teach this grandbaby martial arts. And if I can go, as long as I can, as hard as I can, doing that and showing her, then I've achieved everything I need to do in life. Because it was hard staying in martial arts, it was hard keeping up with martial arts. Sometimes I couldn't afford classes, and there was a time where I was gonna drop out, and by the grace of God, the instructor said, hey, clean up the studio and teach the kids class, and you can pay for your class. And when I heard that, I'm like, oh my gosh, you really mean that? Oh, there's the last bloodthirsty. I wasn't even counting you. That's Tempest. Snipers only for Tempest grind, I'm telling you, for these snipers. Oh my gosh, I feel so good. Alright, what's our secondary? Oh, I can't switch out. And we're done with all the sniper rifles, so I can't switch out to another rifle. crazy. That's how you do it. Look at this 360 no scoping guy. Look at this 360 no scoper. Yeah, my purpose in life was to teach my grandbaby martial arts. That's why I'm alive. So, yeah, that's my new mission. You know, I've been doing running forever. I'm gonna keep doing running. I think after my next marathon, I'm gonna have to change up my game. Like, really, having this dog for so long has imprinted this routine on me of running. And now that he's gone, it's like, what do I do now, right? I wake up, because, you know, he was my morning routine. I wake up going, what do I do now? Like, what do I do now with my life? It's not like I'm going to stop running, but I think I'm going to switch up and do some more dojo training so that I can show my grandbaby what it's like to be a ninja. And yeah, we are ninjas on this channel, so you're going to start seeing some mixed workouts. You're going to start seeing some bad workouts from me, which I've never done on stream, but yeah, it's going to happen. I feel like I'm going to evolve my character, evolve the channel into not just be doing running workouts, but we're going to be doing bad workouts. Oh, look at this Piper. So yeah, it's going to be good. I think the fall, when we're in between Call of Duty, while we're waiting for Modern Warfare 4, I think around October, yeah, it's going to be bag season. It'll be nice and cool. I'll show you my garage. And yeah, we're going to be doing bag workouts and grappling workouts, training, and yeah, fit in some motorcycle runs while we're at it. So that's it. That is the last Tempest on Sniper's class. Can you believe it? So yeah, we gotta celebrate that one, because that was it. Strider's done, VS Recon's done, Shadow's done. We didn't do the Ion only because we didn't need to. So yeah, check this out. This one has Doom still on it. Yeah, I did it in zombies, of course. We got nothing here, which, you know, we can feel good about. We don't need to do the Zion. Gosh, I kind of want to do another Snipers only though. Why not? Let's just do it. Grab some water here. We got about 5 more minutes left. I'm so glad that my dog was able to meet my grandbaby. Yeah, I think he was waiting for her. Because like I said, like, it was like 2 years ago he started to slow down. And last year he was like, I'm just walking only, no running. I'm just walking. And I felt so sad. But at the same time, my grandbaby was born last year. And he got to love that baby for an entire year. Every time she'd come over, she would love on him and he would love her. He was the best protector. And yeah, I think he was waiting to make sure that she could take her first steps. She just barely started walking like the other week. And he just wanted to make sure that she was going to be okay. So like, he really made it so that he could see her be that great. And yeah, I feel like that's exactly what he was doing. Because yeah, he pulled up. Oh, this Sniper sucks. Anyone played with the Zion before? It's got a delay on it. Oh, screw this noise. We are out. We won't even mess with that. Okay, so instead, man, all these tasty loadouts. What are we gonna do? What's our next setup? Should we jump into assault rifles? Because we're done with everything else except specialists. We might have to. We're gonna save the Peacekeeper for last. Alright, let's just hit it sharp with the Maddox. And yeah, we'll get the rocket launcher just in case we feel like taking out some score streaks. Now let's jump in. Okay, start with the Maddox. Check this out. We are now 14 more left of these Tempest guns to get us Singularity. So cool, pretty cool. Man, so funny seeing all those snipers. Snipers only is such a great mode. It's the best. Yeah, we probably have like 5 more minutes, maybe 4. we'll just see if we can get one bloodthirsty. There's our 3 miles. But yeah, gotta get a run in. I was tired of feeling tired, and I was very sad about my dog. I felt like I needed to just run out my emotions. So this feels good. Like I said, this is kind of my therapy. Welcome to my therapy. One, it's me expressing myself in my true form, and it's also showcasing my ability, which is kind of a prideful thing you should be doing. Everyone should have a little bit of pride. And two, it's a way of me of talking out my emotions. Because yeah, I'm honest on this channel. You know, completely honest. Sometimes a little bit too honest. Sometimes I cry. But it's all good because this is what makes ninjas ninjas. We do the hard work, even if that means crying a little. When you break down in tears, we've talked about how we cry. We really are being true with ourselves and our emotions. So, yeah, that's what I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. So if you have an animal, give it as much love as you can. Take it out, even when you don't feel like you want to go outside or you want to sleep in. No, take the animal out. Go to the park. Go on those walks. Go on those rides. Do everything that you can, because there's going to be a day where that animal slows down, and then there's going to be a day where that animal's gone. And it's going to happen so quick. It's going to happen so quick. So yeah. Shout out to everyone that has an animal, because you know what true love is. You know that they are love, and so you are champions of love if you have an animal. My hatchet. Oh man, it's good to have assault rifles back. Having those snipers, they're so slow, which is fun. And, oh man, I feel like we could have gone all week playing snipers only. But sure enough, we gotta get going on this grind. We gotta continue on. We are on our way, ninjas. Cool. The Maddox is one of the tastier ones. I'm saving the Peacekeeper for last. Ooh, because that's my favorite assault rifle of Black Ops 7. The Maddox was my favorite in Black Ops 6 when they had it. The X9 Maverick is pretty tasty on its own. Here we go. These guys are right here. Oh man, they're coming. Are they coming up? Oh, they know we're up here. So let's play it safe. We only got one more. Right, one more. There's a bloodthirsty. Yeah, the assault rifles are gonna go quick too. I'm sure of it. You can really just test yourself and say, man, with all these different challenges, I'm revisiting these weapons that are kind of harder. Like, you know, running and gunning with a sniper, that's hard. Running and gunning with, you know, LMG, it seems like it's easy, but man, the LMGs took me forever. I was like surprised. I think I was being overly cocky and too competent. But yeah, we know that. Oh, we got some rocket launchers for them. Swamp flipping. Yeah, we're swamp flipped. Man, come on. Oh, behind me. Okay. All right, so that's one bloodthirsty down with this, and we're gonna see if we can get two in this match. We got a couple minutes, and we started a little bit late, having problems with the HUD. As you can see, the HUD is still not right. It's going back and forth, resetting, so not good. I have to restart my Mac, and I should have done it over the weekend, because yeah, I was definitely not playing any games over the weekend. Fixed my garage door. That was really good. Fixed the springs, which was a new thing for me to do. I was gonna say, well, I could pay a guy $500 to get this done, or I could buy the springs myself and do it myself over a course of an hour or two. It took me like 3 hours because I really, you know, was really new at the experience. So it took me like 2.5 hours to get it done. But yeah, I saved like $375 doing it. So I'm not going to complain about that. good experience. And now the garage is opening very smoothly. So, and then, yeah, definitely time to work in the garden. Yesterday, or Saturday, I spent the whole day in the garden basically, trimming some bushes and redoing some things. And I was like, yeah, this is what I need to take my mind off my dog for a minute. Dogs are the best, man. I will always have a dog, I think, in my life. And my dog was very you could say hyperactive, you know, very hyperactive, which is great. But it forces you to be active. So I think I loved having an active dog, and you could do that when you're younger. When I get older, unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to have a big dog. Man, that guy was 80 pounds in one of his heaviest of just muscle. He was never a fat dog, overweight dog, because you know, we worked out all the time, but it was just because he had all that muscle. But yeah, he was 54 pounds his last weigh-in. I'm like, man, he lost a lot of weight, buddy. So it was good for him. It's just so hard to say goodbye to those animals that have been with you for so long. So hard, so hard. They teach us about love and life in just a fraction of the time that we are here. They're just so wise. Animals are the wisest beings on this earth. Alright, active camo time. Let's try and get one more, huh? One more bloodthirsty. Oh, nice job, bro. Yeah, we might not hit it. In fact, we might need to jump off this treadmill here in a second. It just feels so good to be running. You know, running is now part of my mental health. It has been for 16 years, because I was running a little bit before my dog, but definitely not at the pace or as often as I was with him. It was like 3 days a week I'd run. I'd be like, okay, that's enough. But now it's like, if I don't run 5 days a week, something's off. Like, really. Some weeks I need 6 days running, but it's usually 4 days of a casual run like this, and then a monster run. Like, if I can get a monster run in every week, then I'll feel good about it. It just helps the body breathe, helps the body move, and relieves all that cortisol, all that nasty stress. You start thinking better, you start sleeping better, and that's really overall health. When we work on physical health, it's always heart health and mental health. Those are the two keys. If you start looking at, you know, physical attributes like, oh, I got a six-pack, or oh, I can fit in those pants again, that's short-lived. We know that heart health and mental health are the true benefits of working out. True benefits of living healthy is having a better heart and a better mind. Yeah, that's about it. Let's see, one more, right? One more. Oh, here he is. One more, huh? One more. Let's see if we can get it blacked out. There it is. There's our now. We only need one more bloodthirsty on this puppy. Oh, man. I already shot one off. Cool. Let's see if we can get some hailstorm fire on him. Yeah, I know it would be easier getting these assault rifles done, so that's why I did them a little late. Saving the best for last. But unfortunately, what this means is we need to grind pistols, launchers, and the crossbow. That'll be our grind. Oh, melee. We can switch it up to the melee, too. We need to get ballistic knife and the regular knife, which is going to be fun. Those are fun. Fun challenges. Fun challenges. Alright, we only got a couple more left, man. We gotta get these guys. There it is, another Tempest gun done, just like that, and we have 2 guns done. Snipers only helped us out a lot, and this Maddox is so tasty, man. This is the tasty assault rifle. Yeah, I knew they would go quick, but not that quick. Just gotta hop into the right lobby. But also, like I was mentioning, you start playing a hard gun again, or a difficult gun like a sniper, and then you switch to an assault rifle. Man, you watch your KD improve instantly. Instantly, man. So, good on that, man. That was fun. Alright, let's slash them up. Just for fun. Let's go ninja style. Oh, one more kill. Someone's gonna get it, not me. Good job, guys. Hey, wow, first place. That doesn't happen so often. I mean, I guess it was just luck because, yeah, we had assault rifles on our side. Woo! But pretty cool. So awesome. That means we now have only 13 more guns to get Tempest before we are at Singularity. That's it. That is it, boys. Fantastic. Look at us. Look at us go. Good job, Moto. Alright, guys. That completes today's run. Boy, feels good to be alive, doesn't it? We live in the best time in the world right now. We have all the benefits of living a healthy, active life. We have video games with cordless remotes and treadmills that you can connect up close to your TV. Back in my day, we didn't have that, but it's something that's feasible. I feel like if you're inclined to start working out, start today. Start small and do something that's going to keep you active, not necessarily just a workout, but also a video game. I love grinding this game. I love Black Ops. I've loved it for a long time, and I feel like I can keep playing it as long as they put out more games. And so you find something that keeps you active, sure enough, you might just forget that you are working out. As always, it's a privilege and an honor for me here, Kevin the Ninja, to be running and gunning on the Moto Dojo. We're victorious in our 5K. Let's go get Monday, everybody. We've earned it. Love your dogs and learn to love by them. Go ahead and hug them for me. We'll see you tomorrow, everyone.